Alright, yeah, and welcome back to some more Rimworld Beta 18. So, I made a few changes to the manual priorities list, and there's a few things that I've got to do in the base in order to make this work as well. So, you may notice that I've got two people with atrocious cooking skills on that. What I wanted to do is essentially butcher the creatures for us so that our main cook doesn't have to do it. So, Vlad is currently at 13 cooking skill. And what I want to do is make sure that he is not the one doing it. So that's 6 minimum, and that's 10 minimum. So these guys should go in and butcher all of the creatures, probably over Vlad for the most part, although his top priorities are usually the 3s. I've tried to take as much off of Leslie as possible. He's kind of doing a mixed bag of things now. I might move some of these up to 3s. I haven't quite decided yet. Maybe mining, I'll actually move up to a 3. We've got haulers that are not dedicated, but they don't really do much else once they've done their main task. So Vlad, for example, cooks, and then he hauls and cleans, and then he does everything else. And we've got some similar people in there as well. So I want to make sure that the people butchering are not Vlad as well. So let's just say anybody up to 10 cooking skill, which we know he's 13, so he'll never do butchering, because I want our lesser cooks to do it. If at all possible, get as many people specialised in everything as possible. It's the way I see it. So we should have 2 people running in there and butchering those boars at some point. And there we go, Hannibal's working on that. Get his cooking skill up. I also want to work on this wall as well. It looks like pretty much the only construction task at the moment is deconstructing this wall, which I am kind of happy that they're doing, because I want to do an expansion on our fridge, so if we can have that happen, that'd be great. Leslie is still #1 constructor, or in this case #2, but he's only #2 because he's #1 doctor, so I want to make sure that he's patient #2, so he doesn't go and tend to his own wounds before anyone else's, in theory. I've also got Renfield doing the research as well. That should be done by the end of the episode, and we'll be able to construct ourselves some mortars, which will be nice. And yeah, we're in night shift mode right now, so these guys are currently sleeping during the day, as you might expect. But yeah, we're doing quite well, I would say, in terms of where we're at. We've got a lot of high-skilled people. I feel like when we had our old system going, we just focused Leslie on everything, because he was generally the best at everything, but just because he's the best doesn't mean he should be the one doing it. So I reset it all and should be a little bit more focused. As and when I need art and tailoring and stuff like that, I'll adjust it, but until then, don't really need it at all. Renfield is on the edge of getting this. I think once we've done mortars, we're going to go and do brewing as well. So actually, what I will do in that case, because we don't actually need cloth. Hey, mortars has been finished. Wonderful. Set brewing. Because we don't actually need cloth, let's make a new growing zone. Or add to the current one anyway. Something like that, and then let's turn this into hop plants. Have we got a 7 grower? We got a 9 grower and a 7 grower. Good. Shouldn't take them too long to do, and we can probably have plenty of hops ready to go brewing at some point. We make our brewery maybe here or something like that. I'm not quite sure. It needs to be temperature regulated, so it's going to need a nice open area so that we can vent outwards into the road. So I guess this area here might be quite nice. We could even possibly vent into here to keep it cool. Who knows? Go, Leslie, go! Bon Jovi has just been inspired. She'll gain a significant trade price bonus for her next trade deal. Or in 8 days. It will expire. Alright, fair enough. So let's hope to get a trade in the next 8 days. I don't think we've got one waiting for us at all. No, we could call one. It's something to do. Potentially. But I'm not too fussed. How much, 363 marble we're getting there. Gonna be plenty more as well. So we want this marble essentially so that we can expand this wall up here and take that area, but I'm just going to deconstruct it for now and then finish off this housing area that we've got set up. So I don't want to do too much at the same time, but we've got lots to do anyway. And we're making this out of sandstone, I believe, to match the interior of the rest of the place. So in terms of sandstone, Got 84 blocks there, which is a bit but all of the chunks here are sandstone, so hopefully someone will get that done. And as far as crafting's concerned, we've got Hannibal on 2. So he does hunting and handling, which is not much of a job, and then he does crafting for us. So he should hopefully get that done. I don't think we've set anyone to hunt and handle. Could be wrong about that. We are still on the lookout for more Boomerlope as well, because we do want to breed them. If we're going for chem fuel as our power source, being able to breed Boomerlopes is a fine idea. There's Boomerats here, but pretty sure they won't ever breed with Boomerlopes. How's this coming along? 96% grown. Nice. They're still eating at it though. Ah, stop it. If I restrict them away from it, maybe we allow it to grow and all of that is enough to let at least one harvest go. Not sure. But we'll leave it for now. If we've got too much rice, we can move it in there as well. It's something to consider. And we're about 3/4 of the way from that wall, which is really nice. I feel like everything, now that I've changed the priorities, is finally getting done in a reasonable time frame. Seems to me that whenever we need to get something done and it's not getting done, it's probably a priorities issue. A masterwork end table. Nice. Only beauty 20, but still. It's real good. 115 market value. Still dull in there. We can sort that soon. We should have cleaners on the job as well. In fact, Renfield, because your job of research is not terribly important, could you clean? Because I'm probably after brewing anyway, just gonna not research for a little while and focus on improving the base, making our brewery and all that. Take Renfield basically off of the constant job of research. Okay. So the question becomes, do I use this sandstone to finish off these little bits, which we don't really need the bedrooms just yet. We kind of need one. We have no spare beds just yet for any prisoners we might recruit, so I guess I could build a copy for one. And then that's one room ready to go. But then after that we'll use the sandstone on this area here, expand our fridge and kitchen area and stuff like that. And we'll be good to go. I don't think we'll ever really fill this up. So the expansion is more just to add a kitchen area than anything else. And separate the rooms, because having a nice dining area that's not full of blood constantly would be nice. Which is my reason for splitting it up. We can also have a bigger table. So for more people it's much better. The likelihood is that this area just becomes the kitchen. It doesn't, for me, it doesn't matter if it's a cramped room. Just as long as it can get 2 electric stoves in there and a butcher's table, I think we'll be fine. And the reason we go for 2 stoves is because when we've got a lot of people, which we don't right now, because we've got a very restrictive entry barrier for our people. But when we do have a lot of people, then we want to spread that cooking job, which will be quite the task between 2 people, and it'll get done twice as fast. Which is kind of why I've got people doing butchering right now. Okay. How is the cleaning zone that we had setting up, actually? Cleaning zone. Yeah, it's mostly the same. Nothing really has changed, except for we're going to add that room. And let's go floors, wooden floor. Get that in there. Make a bed. Oops, wrong way. And this bed will be superior bare minimum. And honestly, we'll just leave it like that. And we'll work on the kitchen from there on out. Finally finished off that wall. Nice. How much marble have we got? 625. That's a lot. Is it enough to finish off this bit of the wall? I'm not sure. I don't think so. But maybe we'll find out soon enough. Renfield, are you managing to actually get research done? That is the question. I want to see you hit that research table before the end of the day. That's the problem, really, that cleaning is such a huge task, especially with animals pushing filth around constantly, that maybe it's just too much for one person. So with that in mind, Bon Jovi's doing the growing. Who else could I do with the cleaning? Renfield is cleaning. Vlad is cooking. Let's bump it down like that. Maybe he goes and does the cleaning with Renfield. Essentially, in order to stop the constant growing task that we've got set, I need to make sure that the animals don't need to come over here anymore. So now that we've got 500 hay, I'm just going to restrict... let's clear allowed area. Restrict the animals from going near the crops. And I think that'll do. That should be fine. Don't come down here. There's no reason to. Or here. They get an outdoor area to graze. Not that they technically need it. And you don't need to go there. And yeah, we just need to move food into the stockpile zone and make sure that gets done. And we'll be all good. Have we got somebody who hauls as a priority? I guess we could put that on Bon Jovi. Renfield will never do research if I set him to do it. Vlad? No. Yeah, let's get Bon Jovi, #1 hauler. There's only a certain amount of that task to do at any given time, so set him as a 1 for it. And they'll move all of that hay grass in there. Hopefully that'll last long enough for some of this hay grass to finish. I'm doubtful, but we'll see. Yeah, we've already gone down to 385. The problem is that they just constantly chew at this and it never grows, and we miss out on potential hay grass that they could be eating instead. But I can give them rice. I don't plan on using all of this. I just need it to supplement our meat to make lavish meals. Essentially. Okay. Hauling the steel to the stockpile. Nice. Good, good. You do have a mining order down here, which is going to be quite the monster task when we get down to it. Don't actually need the steel right yet, though, because we've got 866, which is going to more than cover what we need to do. Let me get somebody to do smithing. Okay. I'll tell you what. Hannibal, smithing is now a #1 priority because I know it's a very finite amount of a task. So go and machine down those mechanoids. We do have explosive shells as well that I want to be made. Renfield's throwing a party. Everyone who goes will gain joy and social energy and a lasting positive mood boost. Good. Awesome. So everybody's going to be in a fantastic mood. Not that they weren't already. I don't think anything to do with mental breaks has been an issue for the past God knows how long. We do occasionally have Renfield who just goes off and starts smoking smoke leaf just as a random weird binge, but that's part of his traits. Not actually a mood thing. We did say this animal zone here. You can actually chew on that all you want, because we did actually set that there as a live plant they could eat. So I suppose in that regard we can let this one slide. They can have that. But the rest is ours. You don't touch it. And hopefully this goes on long enough that we can maintain it. That would be nice. Alright, these need to be hauled, but not urgently. They are blocking the door. Nobody lives in there though, so I'm really not that fussed overall about working on that. I'll probably, when we get a prisoner, just start producing furniture for that room. Okay, finally got rid of those mechanoids. He's going to make us some mortar shells as well, which is going to be nice. See how many you make Just one. Oh boy. Alright, I still think it's worth doing. Solar flare. Solar flare has begun. Intense radiation will shut down all electronical devices. Right, so we want security. Yes, mortars. So I want a mortar there and a mortar there. Leslie, could you build that before we potentially run out of steel from the mortar shells themselves? There's no point having mortar shells if there's nothing to fire them out of. Apparently these have got a little bit of a buff and in fact do fire a little bit more accurately. I'd love to be able to see that. So let's get our mortar shells online. Yeah, so we got 929 steel per explosive shell. They take 20. It's quite a lot. And we did actually manage to get research done now that I'd set some other people to help him along. Good job, Renfield. We're virtually at brewing stages. We still need the hop plants, so they're about 49% of the way there. So if we get this building done, by the time we finish the brewery, we probably will have enough hops to get it started and start making some beer as another trade resource. I think that'd be great. Do love me some trade. Okay. Is that you done cleaning? Please tell me that's you done cleaning. Seems to be either going to weird parts to clean, or the fact that we've got dirt in here is actually messing up our style. I'm not going to mess with this yet because I want the. This is going to be the finalized. Once I get this side of the fridge going, that's going to be the finalized side of our structure. And in fact, let's just build that now. Got our mortars online. Going to build some mortar shells. It's going to be grand. Hopefully this expansion with the cut-off area here doesn't mean that we need another cooler. Wouldn't be the worst. Alright, trade ships passing by. Bon Jovi, get on it, Mr. Trade Man. Alright, sell some pigs. I like the idea of that. It makes it easier for us to maintain them food-wise. Let's just get rid of the younger ones. The male and the female that are 3 and 4, I think those are our original ones. So we'll keep those. Buy some wild boars, iguanas, huskies, alpacas. Nyeh. Chem fuel we could buy, but why would we? Cloth. I thought we had some cloth. Maybe you just don't want it. It would make sense. It alternatively could be in a place where we can't sell it, which also makes sense. Smoke leaf joints, might as well sell them while we can. Plasteel, we got 232. That's a lot. I like that. We could sell some wood. I'm inclined to do that. Let's sell 596. Leave us with 500. Sell all of our dead man's apparel. And our synthread pants and things like that. We plan on wearing human leather. I'll keep the pants, I suppose, just in case we get a newcomer who doesn't have any. Same goes for the shirt and the jacket. Shoddy, human, leather, button-down, shirt. We'll keep that. Dead man's apparel. There we go. A little bit more. And a toque. Do not care for it. And we can finally sell our billiards tables as well. It's real nice. So we're gaining 1,444 silver. We could... Silver poker table. Ooh. It's actually 1,200 and they're selling is it for 1,238. It's interesting. I've heard that if you want a decent deal on certain materials, so let's say they made a plasteel billiards table, you get a better deal by buying the billiards table and deconstructing it. I could be wrong about that, but I don't think I am. Huh. I think that's it, really. Just gain some silver. MTR, stockpile a bit. The reason why cloth isn't showing up is actually because it's in this pile here. So what I might do is get rid of everything except for human leather in here. Let me just... Maybe hyperweave. We won't sell hyperweave if we get it. We won't sell devil strand if we get it. Or synthread. And then we want human leather. So everything that's not human leather or an incredibly rare material is going to leave this so we can sell it. We might be able to give it to the bulk goods trader if it gets moved quick enough. I just realised, because we're not really tailoring anything other than human meat, so why put anything other than human leather in there? Carpet making could do. What else? Refining. What does refining do? Makes chem fuel from wood. We've got our boomer up, so we don't need to do that. Hydroponics, don't really need that. Geothermal, we do have one down south, but it requires a lot of defense. We could start doing the deep drilling and stuff like that, I suppose. I'll get working on the shipbuilding. Component assembly is also nice. I'm torn, actually. There's so many good options. We'll think on that, and we'll set it in a future episode, I think. Because we are not very far off ending this one. So if Leslie could finish off that wall, which it looks like he's planning on doing right here, then we can deconstruct this. Maybe move some sandstone along here. I think maybe actually cutting off the fridge in this particular area and then making this part of the fridge would work out. So if I go sandstone like that, it's going to be our fridge area. We can reinstall these two. We just need to build another electric stove there. And that'll be fine. Just finish that tile so I can deconstruct the wall. Please. That'd be great if you could do that. And in fact, don't do it right now, but venting into the kitchen is probably a good idea. So we'll forbid that for now. But yeah, maintaining a reasonable temperature between the dining room and the kitchen saves us a little bit of resources and power on the cooler and the heater. So we'll do that. Alright guys, I think I'm going to end it off here. I feel like we've made a fair bit of progress today. We're getting some of our harvest through. Sold some of our animals, so hopefully the hay grass will have time to grow. And we'll be able to maintain these guys without actually using anything other than hay grass, which would be great. Next episode, we will finish off working on our kitchen and fridge, and then we'll go into the brewery, which by then I think the hot plants will be ready to go, so that'd be right nice. Alright guys, do hope you've enjoyed, and if you have, hit that like button and subscribe for more Rimworld in the future, and don't forget to hit that little bell icon as well, and that'll give you notifications when I release new videos. I do hope you've enjoyed, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.